You're listening to The Residential Movement, where the focus is on making in-home dental care normal instead of novel or niche. I'm your host, Dr. Ashley Robinson, a house call dentist with a lot of passion for reaching patients who are best served in their home or residence. I'm here to encourage, equip, and empower dentists like you to begin offering in-home dental services for patients who cannot get to the office, while also enjoying a more balanced work life. We discuss everything from dentistry, business, ethics, mindset, and more. Listen in to learn how you can become a part of the residential movement. Hello there. A listener recently asked me about scheduling systems in my house call practice. This made me excited because I could simply refer her directly to A Day in the Life of a House Call Dentist. It's my free scheduling guide that I made to show you exactly what life as a house call dentist looks like. Grab this scheduling guide at residentialmovement.com/a-day-in-the-life. Still, I thought I'd take some time today to elaborate on how scheduling works in my practice. I work during typical work hours, but you don't necessarily have to limit yourself to that. It's no secret that one of my favorite things about my house call career is the flexibility of my schedule. When you work in people's homes and you don't have an office where you operate with set hours, you're free to make your schedule whatever you'd like. You can work any place, anytime. Have portable equipment will travel, right? It's great for making your own doctor's appointments, fitness classes, family obligations, and social events. There's nothing like working when you want to and not working when you don't want to. When you open up your EHR and look at a blank calendar for the week or month, it's exciting to know that you can fill it in whenever you'd like. That's an incredible privilege. It can also be very overwhelming. Side note, for your EHR, I recommend using Curve, a cloud-based software that I've been using for my practice from the very beginning. Visit residentialmovement.com/Curve for a great deal on Curve when you're ready to get started. When the world is your oyster and your schedule is a blank canvas, how do you, or more specifically, how does your assistant know when and when not to schedule you? How do you develop boundaries? This is something that I've struggled with and I've already developed some systems around. When I first started Commute Dental, my dental house call practice, I was available one standard workday per week because I was working full-time at an FQHC. But once that day would fill up more than a few weeks in advance, I'd get nervous and I'd start squeezing patients into the late evenings after my day job. I hated doing that. I just knew I didn't want to be traveling into people's homes in the evenings. Plus, I knew that the longer I offered evening hours, the more my patients would grow to demand evening hours, and I really didn't want that in the long term. I needed to open up more standard work time by going part-time at my FQHC. So right there, I learned to listen to my gut and just drew a hard boundary at no late evening appointment times. If you begin by offering varied hours, you'll learn when you do and do not want to work. Then you can decide what your firm boundary lines are. For me, lately, I always make sure I'm home by 4:30 p.m. at the absolute latest. Usually I'm home around 4. In my case, if a patient calls my assistant and asks, "When's the latest Dr. Ash can come over?" all we have to do is apply elementary math. Say the procedure is an hour long and the commute is 30 minutes. We'll schedule that patient for a 3 p.m. appointment. If it's a 90-minute procedure, we'll schedule that patient for a 2:30 p.m. appointment. Easy peasy. Another system we use is appointment stacking. Once there's an appointment on the calendar, we schedule other appointments based on the commute times between the originally scheduled location. I don't typically schedule a 10 a.m. appointment when there's only a 2:30 p.m. appointment on the schedule that day, because that would leave a big gap in the middle. In the beginning, this would happen, and it isn't the worst thing because I'd run errands or visit friends. But now I hate big gaps because that means more time away from my baby. So if there's already a 2:30 p.m. appointment scheduled on any given day, the next appointment slot we offer is a 12:30 or 1 p.m. Only once that appointment slot has been filled would we offer the 10 a.m. I'm sure you do this in standard offices too. You'll probably try to fill an afternoon before scheduling non-consecutive appointments and building a weird schedule with some appointments in the morning or the afternoon. Same idea. I will share a spoiler with you that will help you build your schedule from the beginning. Nobody really wants you in their house early in the morning. There have been exceptions in cases of emergency, but typically the earliest appointment time I offer is 9:30 a.m. Most patients prefer 10 a.m. Getting ready in the morning is hard for everyone, but especially people who rely on the care of others to get ready in the morning. I suggest starting your day around this time. So there you go. These are just some notes I wanted to share for those of you who are looking to build your schedule. Apply these same principles to whenever you'd like to actually work during the day, whether it's 9 to 5 or weekends or evenings. Do you. Thanks for considering house call dentistry as a career. Myself and your future patients are very grateful. I appreciate you listening in today. Talk soon. That's a wrap on this episode of The Residential Movement. If you like what you heard today, please leave a 5-star review and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share this with them. All of these actions help fuel the residential movement. Visit residentialmovement.com for show notes and for access to any links referenced in this episode. Thanks again for listening, Doc. Keep up the good work.